and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, okay. I'm not gonna go ahead.
Let's just really quick focus on the look. I'm feeling all of it.
You feel it? Hey, what about the glasses? Hey, talk about the glasses. Talk about the glasses.
A complete snack.
You know what I mean?
A full course meal.
You know what I mean? You better go ahead and tell them now.
I mean, they can see, but I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
I mean, her.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom, gotta get up and go get it. Set it up, level up, sky's the limit. People need you, gotta go now. Making moves, we on the road now. Look at everything we've been through, where we came to. It's amazing. Look how we made it. 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 People need you, gotta go now. Making moves, we on the road now. Look at everything we've been through, where we came to. It's amazing. Look how we made it.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Growth Becomes Her podcast. I'm your host, Crystal, and I am recording from beautiful Jamaica. We've been out here for this is our second day here, and I'm here with my wonderful husband.
Yo.
And we're just having a great time. We're relaxing. We're reconnecting. You guys remember a couple episodes ago, I said he was away at work, and now he's finally back. And we thought it was a great opportunity to, one, have him on my podcast because he's never been, and two, he is recording his first episode of the second season of Meet the Maker. Mm-hmm. So, Marlon, welcome to my show. How are you?
I'm doing good.
As if I haven't been with you
this whole time,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I'm grateful to be here. Mm-hmm. You know, grateful that you also, wanted to be on my show. You know what I'm saying? And
this is big.
Yeah,
this is breaking down some walls here.
Yeah, because you and I both know I did have a misconception that your show is only for women.
Only for single women.
Mothers.
Single mothers.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
And he had to, listen to a couple more episodes and realize that it's more than just that. Yeah. Even though that's how I started, I will say that.
Yeah. So I wasn't confused. But I also want to introduce you to my show. Mm-hmm. Hey, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming to visit my show, the greatest show on earth. Hers is trying to catch up. You know what I mean? Meet the Maker 216. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Crystal. Growth Becomes Her podcast. A hell of a creative. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling her, the difference between our shows, I think hers is more difficult because she has to come up with different content to talk about. Whereas I go to your business and I give you the option to, what you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one hell of a creative, man, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, okay. I'm not going to go ahead.
Let's just really quick focus on the look. I'm feeling all of it.
You feel it? Hey, what about the glasses? Hey, talk about the glasses. Talk
a complete snack.
You know what I mean?
A full course meal.
You know what I mean? You better go ahead and tell them now.
I mean, they can see, but I'm going to tell them.
Yeah.
I mean, her.
Yeah.
She said her.
So stupid, man.
So, do you want me to get started or do you want
to
go
ahead and get started, ladies first?
Okay.
Ladies
so,
first.
I'll just start with the basics. I asked this question at the beginning of all of my talks.
I already know what that is, man, because I listen to your show.
Okay, he listens.
And who is?
First the answer.
Who am I?
Yes,
I told you.
Because we know you're a husband, you're a father, you police, firemen. You can like build houses in your spare time.
Yeah.
You know, airmen. Yeah. So aside from the basics, who is Marlon in your words?
I'm a hard worker. Not to sound cliche, but I really am. And I got that from my dad, from my mother and my father. You know what I'm saying? I got it from them both. Just growing up watching my dad come, you know, work from sun up to sundown. You know what I'm saying? He was a self-employed carpenter. You know, hey, he made a way. He was a true hustler. You know what I'm saying? And that's what got instilled in me. You know, especially when it comes to taking care of my family, because I can't give him an excuse of, hey, we homeless one day. And why is that? Because I didn't set forth my best effort to make sure everything was taken care of at home. So that's why I say a hard worker first, man. Like, you know, because I try not to live with the life of making excuses all the time. You gotta take care of business, man. You made your bed, not rest in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how that's what I believe, man.
Okay. So as far
and
as
I'm funny too. Go ahead.
Hilarious. Hilarious. So did you always want to be in like a career of like police, firefighting, Air Force? Like, did you always want to do that type of work even as a child?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a cop, no. I never dreamed about being a cop when I was younger. It's just how it fell in my lap. Mm-hmm. But in my heart of hearts, like, the older I got, the more I realized that I'm a servant for real. You know what I mean? Like, protector. Mm-hmm. Like, because if you look at my career, it's like that's really what I excel in for real. It's helping people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even we had the Feel Good Fridays going on when we was volunteering to feed the homeless, or I'm sorry, not the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So I look at myself honestly as being a public servant. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but firefighting, I wanted that for a while.
Yes.
I wanted that for a while.
When I first met you, you were talking about firefighting.
And that was almost 10 years ago.
Yes.
When I first met you.
Yeah.
And I've been hungry for it before that.
Yeah, because you already took the school before we met.
I did.
And then,
I did. You know.
Do you have any questions for me? You want me to keep going?
No. I was actually about to flip that on you now.
Okay.
So let's tell the world who's behind Growth Becomes Her podcast.
Crystal is a very imperfect person, but has been through quite a few seasons in her life, and I feel as if my story, I always feel like, I mean, everyone has a story, but I always feel like my story, and because I'm always trying to become better and learn different ways to be the best I can be, it's just my way of serving, in a sense. Like, let my story inspire, even if it only inspires our daughters, or even if it only inspires our nieces. Me just using my walk of life to help and inspire others, just to show them that, you know, you're not alone and someone's been through it, and let me try to help you the way I've helped myself and people before me has helped. So, and I've always, I want to say the whole like wanting to do a podcast, that actually started when I was on maternity leave with Brooklyn.
For real?
Yes, because I listen to podcasts all the time. Yeah. And I always just been drawn to people who are just want to talk about life and how to be better and inspiring and impact. And I've always been like Rachel Hollis, Trent Shelton, my dad, my uncle, like those type of people who doesn't mind being vulnerable, but also give you like the kick in the pants that you don't think that you need. So it really didn't spark until I was sitting at home on maternity leave with Brooklyn, and I tried to do it. I tried to record, and it came out like horribly. Like, it was recording and then it like started over. It was a mess. So I stopped because my wanting to be perfect came in, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I struggled with accepting the fact that I didn't know what accepting the suck, if you will, because you got to suck before you can, you know, be great. So, and then, I don't know, a year ago, I was like, with your help, because you used to produce for me, I was like, just do it. Even if I'm the only one that listens to it, like, let's just do it. And now I'm like 20, almost 30 episodes in, so.
That's amazing.
So back to you, Mr. Webb. I guess now that you're back, you were gone for 6 months for deployment. And I mean, how was it? How was that for you?
It was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, just as far as like the whole aspect of being away from the family for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, not knowing if y'all was gonna be okay. You know what I mean? The fact that I had to miss so much. You know, like I missed my oldest daughter's homecoming.
Yeah.
I missed my youngest birthday, miss her anniversary, miss my birthday, miss I think your birthday, miss your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. Like I missed a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of time that I had to give up, you know, for the greater cause, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. You know, but but now we're here in Jamaica.
Now we're here
in Jamaica. You know
what
I'm saying? To make up for that lost time.
Yes.
You know, it was hot out there. It was average 130 degrees. Oof. You know what I'm saying? Nighttime, I worked night shift out there, so it was at least between like 90 and 100 during nighttime.
I guess
so you
that's
couldn't
a
escape
little
the heat. Yeah. We'll be like, it's crazy because we'll be like, oh man, it feel cool out here. We'll cool down a little bit, but it's still like 100 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I mean, it was one hell of an experience. You know, I'm glad it's over with. But yeah.
So what did you do, or how did you maintain your mental health being out there and away from your family?
Working out was my biggest thing for real. You know what I'm saying? I call y'all every day. Mm-hmm. Y'all helped me with that. You know, FaceTiming Brooklyn, FaceTiming the kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That helped. I also started watching a lot of not sitcoms. What they call it?
Sitcoms.
Well, yeah, sitcoms. You know what I'm saying? Like Suits. I talk about Suits all the time.
I never watched it.
Yeah, it made me want to be a lawyer. You know, and y'all check out Suits if y'all wanna. So all right. So now it's my turn. So, as an icebreaker, and I know we didn't already did like the Who Is Crystal thing, but like what's something that your listeners might not even know about you? A fun fact.
A fun fact?
Yeah.
That's a fun fact. Puzzles aren't fun, huh? Like I like to do puzzles. That's not fun.
I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a creative part. You know, you gotta think.
I love having like concerts in my kitchen when no one's home.
Man, I hear it.
Or after I drop off Brooke, that's when the real concert drops in the car. I want to learn how to skate. That's one of the things. Yes, I do want to learn how to skate. And I don't know if it's a fun fact, but I do enjoy like watching. Don't say nothing. Don't make fun of me. I do enjoy watching wrestling. I know it's fake. I understand it, but it's sports entertainment, means you're entertained. Forget it.
I'm just fixing my mic. I'm listening. I'm just fixing my mic. I'm listening.
I feel like I'm being judged.
You're not.
I feel like I'm being...
That's why we always get in arguments. Now we about to be here. This ain't national TV, but you know what I mean?
We might as well be honest. Yeah. But yes, those are fun facts about me.
I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, though.
Until you grew up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And realized Santa Claus wasn't real. You know what I'm saying?
And the tooth fairy is fake.
Right. Oh, man. So you got that corporate laugh down, man. So look, I want to transition into, unless you want to ask me a question.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I kind of want to transition into the business aspect now, like of your brand, that Growth Becomes Her podcast. So explain what Growth Becomes Her means, like the title, what's behind, you know what I mean? The meaning behind it.
You can't become who you're supposed to be without growing. And so I came up with the Growth Becomes Her because I feel like the more in depth or the deeper I get into my growth journey, I'm finally becoming the Crystal that I've in a way been fighting to become, because I was intimidated on who I could become, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm like, you just think about like Brooklyn, like she had to grow to become this crazy toddler. Or, you know, you grow, you go through seasons, you go through hardships, you go through hurt, happiness, sadness, and that's how you grow into who you're supposed to be. So that's why their growth becomes her, because as you grow, you become her.
You become her.
You become her.
You become her. Did you notice that you started becoming her? Like, are you still beginning to become her?
I'm still trying to find out who Crystal is, but I feel like I'm getting closer to, I'm learning to appreciate who she is, because, you know, I've mentioned on my show before that I am a very good people pleaser, but trying your hardest to please people takes away from pleasing yourself. So I feel like, I will honestly say, since I started doing the podcast, to be honest, it's kind of like a diary to me, just, you know, verbally. But even when I'm like working up what I'm going to talk about, and even as in the middle of a recording, I start to realize things about myself. I find myself kind of like holding myself more accountable, because it's making me, to make content, you got to do some digging, because you don't want to just be on there just talking about stuff that you don't even know. You know, like I wouldn't talk about firefight. I don't know nothing about it. But I do know about heartbreak. I do know about being a single mother. I do know about hurting people or being hurt and learning how to forgive. Like, those are the kind of things that I talk about, because those are the seasons I've been in. So with all that, I'm learning to appreciate who I am. I'm learning to accept the fact that I'm not perfect, but I don't need to. The right people will be around you, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah. And you know. Yeah. That's how I'm becoming her. And falling in love with myself for real. Yeah. Because how can you expect someone to fall in love with you and you don't even know how to love yourself?
And I'm falling in love with you every day.
Oof. Let's stop. We're gonna turn everything off. But
kids watch this show now. Let's, you know what I'm saying?
Our kids will be very disgusted. But yeah.
There you go. It's your turn. But that was a lot. That was a good explanation on, you know, on the meaning of it. You know what I'm saying?
That was good.
In your process.
Yeah. It's a process.
And it's crazy, like, because I've been in your process. Like,
yeah.
I've been witnessing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a soft turn on you, Mr. Webb, if you will. You are a father of 3 girls and 2 bonus boys. How's parenting going for you?
How's parenting?
Yeah.
It's going good.
What's your take on parenting? Come on. What do you mean it's going good?
I mean,
so many kids.
You know, it's good. It's very challenging. It's very challenging. And listen, when I say good, I mean, listen, they got food. They got shelter, they got clothes, they got water, they got soap, deodorant, clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so yeah, they're doing good. Now, could it be better? Yeah. I mean, everything in life could be better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're out here in Jamaica. But no, I'm learning a lot, man. I'm learning a lot. You know, like my oldest daughter, she's been talking to me about boys now, you know, and it's very touching that she even wants to even talk to me, because I didn't really have that relationship with my parents, like, you know what I'm saying? So for her to start wanting to even talk to me about that type of stuff is really nice. I want to try to keep that relationship, you know, with all my kids.
What's your definition of a good father?
So how your kids look when they get older.
How they look?
How they are, if they're successful or not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what their life looking like, you know? Is you know, are they... Because honestly, that's what success means to me. You know what I'm saying? If you can set your kids up to be successful, and at the end of the day, you know, that means you taught them well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was telling my oldest daughter, like, hey, you know, I really wouldn't talk like finances and all that stuff when I was a kid. So I want to try to start doing that for her. Well, not just for her, but like for all the kids. You know what I mean? Just teaching them stuff that the schools really don't want to teach them.
They don't teach them.
Yeah. I mean, father's always gonna provide, but I believe like the extra steps in making sure that your kids are okay. I think that's what the definition of a good father is.
Do you find your parenting style is similar or the complete opposite of how you were raised? Or
complete opposite.
How so?
Oh man, I was sheltered.
You were sheltered?
Oh man.
Okay.
I was sheltered, man. That's why I snuck out a lot. You know, when I was a kid.
Okay.
You know. at least, so from our standpoint, I would say we're good parents. We talk, you know what I'm saying? We talk to them. We let them go to the little parties that they want to go to. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, my oldest is starting to talk to me about her boy problems. So
boy problems?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll talk after camera go off. I'm just playing. Yeah. I'm just playing with you.
So it's, I don't know, man. Like, I just hope that us letting them be too free, they won't look at us as friends. They still look at us as parents.
They don't lose that respect.
I still want that. I still need that respect. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I know I might be an ass sometimes to the kids, but I still show them respect at the end of the day.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
You do.
And I would still want that back, you know, as we trying to raise them, man. It's the first time having teenagers, so it's the first time. And it's their first time being teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
And that toddler.
Yeah. Oh, man, that toddler. That's my little homegirl.
You got questions for me?
Yeah. My bad.
It's okay.
My phone. I know y'all probably wondering why I keep looking at my phone. That's what all the questions are.
Rude.
Okay, man. Okay. So, I just had a couple of questions for you there. So, let's talk about any guests that you've had on the show that you feel stuck out. You know, growth becomes her podcast. You know, it's growth. So, I'm sure you was able to learn something from whatever guest that was, or whoever they are. You know what I'm saying? And how do you come up with your content? We probably should switch them. Just make one question.
The best interview I've had so far has been my sister. Because even though I've known her my whole life, there were still, and we talk very often, even just talking to her made me learn something new about her. And that's what I like about when I have people come on to interview, even if it is my closest friend or my niece or my sister, because we don't have those kind of talks. And I think, like, I've been told that I do ask questions that makes you think outside of, you know, hey, what you doing today? I'm asking, like, you know, what makes you you, and what do you do for mental health, and all those things that on a normal conversation that we just don't have. And then as far as content, a lot of things, especially right now, I pull from experiences. But as time goes on, now I am inspired by other podcast people, especially people who's been in the podcasting, motivational speaking a lot longer than me. And sometimes I'll listen to their podcast. I'll pull like certain like quotes and things like that. And then in the morning, you know, I love my mornings. I'll kind of like, you should see this notebook. I have like a notebook of like all these quotes and things, and then I'll kind of pull from their podcast or pull from those quotes, but put Crystal in it. So a lot of things that I don't have a lot of stuff. Sorry.
Always interrupting the show. No, go ahead.
I stopped.
Why you stop it?
Because I'm sorry. Hold on, I can pick up right where I left off. Let me just go. Hold on. Damn.
No, I'm about to edit that out.
So a lot of things that a lot of my episodes are genuinely from my heart. And there's just some days where I'll just be sitting at work and I feel something, or, you know, a lot of times I'll just go on there and just start talking. And those are usually like, I feel like my best episodes. I'm just genuinely talking from my heart. So I pull from books, podcasts, people I talk to all the time. And then just not like I'm reading word from word, but just kind of put some Crystal on it. And so it doesn't sound like I'm pulling from other people.
Hey, the fact that you're able to do that though.
It's hard.
I bet. So like when you're in there freestyling, because I mean that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're in there freestyling. Like as you're talking, do you find a subject and you be like, okay, well I'm gonna stick to this and just keep going with that? Yeah,
like a lot of times, what I'm learning, the best thing for me is like, and this is what I actually picked up from my dad, because I've watched him preach for years, and he always comes up with like 4 steps to this, 4 steps to this. So it kind of keeps you on task and it helps you structure how you want to talk.
Yeah.
So like how I did, you know, my 4 steps to a successful morning routine and that kind of, and then I'll like elaborate as I go. So there's a lot of thinking, a lot of crossing pages out, a lot of just to, you know, before I'm ready to record.
Okay. You got any more for me?
Yeah. So, you want to talk about relationships?
Relationships? Mm-hmm. If you won't. Let's go. Run it.
So, what does marriage mean? What is your definition of marriage?
Marriage is marriage is a union between two people that really decide to do life with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember watching the episode with Will Smith, he was talking about how they're life partners. It's not just husband and wife, they're actually life partners because you do life with them. We've been together for almost 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 10 years of my life. I can't recall no days without you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you've been there every step of the way. You've seen my ups and downs. I've seen your ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen, where you were when I first met you to where you are right now. It's a completely different person, you know, and I'm not just saying that. We actually talked about this last night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the growth that you've shown thus far is way more, honestly, than what I expected. You know what I'm saying? Because initially you weren't taking any steps to move forward. You were just stagnant. You was cool where you were. You know what I mean? But, you know, not to toot my own horn, as much as you got mad at me when every time I pushed you.
I hated it.
You know what I'm saying?
I hated every minute of it.
You did. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to push you to become greater.
Yeah.
And now those seeds are finally starting to be recognized by you, man. And I'm happy. I'm happy, man. You know, so that's what I think marriage is about too, is actually pushing each other to do better. You know, not just, you know, hey, let's go out to eat, let's go to a movie, let's go to a dinner, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's actually more than that, man. It's like it takes work. Marriage is tough. It's not for the weak. It's not for the dang people who just want a honeymoon at the end of the day. It takes blood, sweat, and real tears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like legit tears. Would you consider, with your life as it is right now on this day, are you proud of yourself and what you've done in your life?
I'm very proud of myself, but I always want more. I mean, I've done a lot, man. Videography, carpentry, plumbing, firefighter, police officer, Air Force, furniture builder. I was a masseuse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a referee, a basketball referee. Like, I've done a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot in my little life, 36 years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I did, because I was a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I've done a lot in my little 36 years.
He was a rapper when I met him.
I was. We had concerts and everything. But to be where I am right now and still say I want more, man, just shows that there's always more to be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but at the same time, like, I don't want my focus to always be trying to move on to the next plateau, because I do want to sit back and enjoy the family. Yeah. You know, and that's what took me off course, I believe too, man, is that, you know, I'm always out doing my job, my hustle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And kind of, you know, if you're doing a lot, this one old school guy told me one time, man, he said, hey, you're doing a lot, you got to be lacking in one area. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, and this is a message for y'all too, man. Like, thanks, you know what it is, but this is a message for y'all too, man. Like, you got loved ones, man. Make sure you're spending time with them. You know, you got a roof over their head and all that stuff, man. Like, be grateful with that. Keep going up, but make sure that time is spent, because you can't get that back, and that's very important. That's very important.
I like that.
My bad. I didn't mean to.
No, that was perfect. I do have one more question for you, but it's usually.
Oh my God.
my ender, and I mean, we are trying to enjoy Jamaica as much as we can, so I don't want to have like an hour-long show.
Right.
But do you have any questions for me before?
Yeah, just for someone that's starting the podcast out, you know, could you tell them like the ups and downs about it, and then lastly, you just tell the people how can they reach you?
So, I have a couple things. If you want to get into the podcast world, the number one thing is don't compare yourself to anybody, because there are literally billions of podcasts, channels and whatever, but there's only one you. And even though they can find anybody to listen to, and those certain people choose you, meaning that like if you get some type of a fan base,
Okay.
those are your people. And instead of focus on being the next Rachel Hollis or Jay Shetty, just focus on being, I think The Rock said this.
What did he say?
He said, because it was in a movie, and this girl came up to him like, what do we have to do to be the next Rock? And he said, don't worry about being the next Rock, just worry about being the next you, the best you, or something like that. And I'm saying all that to say, what held me back is that I was comparing myself to people that aren't even nothing like me, because I am myself. And then just believe in yourself. If you feel like you have a story, now not everybody should do a podcast, but if you feel like in your heart that's what you want to do it. And even like I said, like even if that you're the only person that listens to it, if it's in your heart to tell your story via podcast, do it. Second thing I would say is don't be so, and I hope this doesn't come off like a jerk, but don't be so dependent on others, because, and I say that for me because in the beginning, if you couldn't produce it, I felt like I couldn't do it until you were like, okay, I'm about to be gone. You need to learn how to do this. And even though I felt some type of way, that's probably the best thing that happened to me, is that now that showed me nothing can stop me from living this dream. Like, you know, even though he's not here, I can do it myself. I appreciate the help, but you know, if you want it, you'll do it yourself, if that's, you know, what it calls for. And you can reach me on Instagram. It's growth_becomes_her_podcast. And reach out to me. I'm looking for people to interview. I'm looking for ideas. If you have a question, I can maybe turn that into an episode. And I'm just excited. Because my next journey would be YouTube, to do like a vlog or a video podcast. And then eventually, I'm going to put it out there, is make my way to a stage. Even if I do it one time, that's my biggest growth goal for 2023.
And I can see you doing it.
I
can see you doing that.
We'll see.
I can see you doing it, mine.
Oh, now you saying mom because you in Jamaica.
No, mine.
Oh.
My MA in, you know.
I felt like mom because we've been doing
Nah.
that all weekend. Or all week.
They say, yeah, man. That's what they say. Yeah, man.
Like,
They
how
say
many
that,
times
yeah,
the guy in
right.
the shuttle say it? Everything
You know what I
like,
mean?
yeah,
Right,
man.
right,
Over
right,
to the
right.
right. Yeah, man. Over to the left. So, for you, sir, so let's just visualize with me. This is the end of your life. Everything you've done, this is it for you.
Mm-hmm.
What are 3 things? You can't leave money, you can't leave anything, but 3 things, either a quote, advice, something to leave your legacy from this point of your life. What would it be?
Live.
Mm-hmm.
You only got one life.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you working hard or you hardly working. However you get it, if you can enjoy your life, enjoy your life. Don't chase the dollar all the time. Think you're chasing your dream. If you gotta keep here a quote. If you gotta keep chasing your dream, that means it's running from you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you see how I came up with that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You don't have one.
You gotta. No, but you know what I mean? Like,
That was
For real.
good. Say it one more time.
I forgot what I said.
If you keep,
No, if you have to keep chasing your dream, that means it's running from you. You know what I'm saying?
Cut
At
the
some
mic.
point, it got to be in there.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you just hamster wheeling it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Last one.
That's it.
That was 3. I said 3. That was
Oh, you said
2.
3?
Yeah, 3. 3. Like, you know.
3 of them. Okay. Okay. 3 of them. Man, do your best.
Do your best.
And understand there's gonna be bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's gonna be plenty of bad days, but that's where it comes out of you the best. Is at your lowest. Can you dig down deep? Can you know what I'm saying, reach that level that you didn't think was attainable? You know what I mean? Like that's when you realize, yeah, I'm her. Growth becomes her. You know what I'm saying? Call them, I'm her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you doing the show with me.
And I appreciate you doing the show with me.
We're about to enjoy the rest of our week.
You trying to make some kids?
No.
Me either.
No. Shit. That has ruined the whole mood.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to need me another Bob Marley now.
All right.
But I love you. And
Love
this
you
was
too.
awesome.
Yes, it was.
All right.
All right. Hey, y'all make sure y'all come back. Yeah. Let's see if it's recording.
Was this one facing me? That one's only facing you.